Welcome back to the Kuruna Chronicles. I hope you're all doing well and finding joy and happiness in every moment of your day. Okay, so I'm going to go through a very, very quick recap of what the Kuruna Chronicles is and what we have done so far. Kuruna means compassion, and it is the essential thing that will change your life. Now, we all have compassion, both inner and outer. We have inner compassion, which is part of our God nature, which is absolutely perfect, inviolable, and eternal. We have outer compassion, and that usually triggers when we encounter a situation where there's someone or something that's suffering. Like, for instance, you're watching TV and you happen to switch the channel during a commercial, and it's to a nature channel just in time to see somebody shoot a big, beautiful elk and kill it. And immediately you have compassion for that elk. Oh, how hunting should be illegal. Not everybody. I'm just using this as an example. And so on. So that arouses compassion within you. But it's already there as a permanent state. So this is what happens. Your mental, emotional, and physical shock from the image that you saw on the TV goes into or opens your inner nature and lets that compassion out. So what we want to do is find ways that we can continue that process, not at random, but at will. And it is a process. So in the next, I don't know how many, but for the foreseeable future, I'm going to take what we have already been speaking about and show you ways in your everyday life how you can access compassion, love, kindness, wisdom, discriminating awareness, things like that will help you change your mind. Once we begin this journey to do this, and the more we become clearer and sharper in our focus, and the more we can do this, a gradual change takes place that is absolutely remarkable. All of a sudden, our world ceases to be small. It becomes very large, including all beings. All of a sudden, fears start to disappear and go away, because we see that fear is, number one, a creation of ordinary mind. But even if it were real, through compassion, through kindness, through love, and through generosity, as we have these as our daily practice, our daily motivation, and imbued in our daily activity, we can see that there truly is nothing to fear. Who can take something away from us that we're not attached to? If we're not attached to something, there's no loss. You can say, oh yeah, well, somebody could kill me, I'm attached to my life. Well, that's a fair argument, I guess, but I personally believe in reincarnation, and while I don't necessarily want to lose this life, it's inevitable. It is going to happen. So in this life, I have a chance to prepare in some ways by establishing conditions that are beneficial in this life about what my next life might look like. It may not be as a human being. I may be the best rabbit mom that ever existed on the planet. I may be, the commander of an alien race. I have no idea, and neither do any of us. We don't know what's going to come next. Even people who are devout in their faith and believe that there's a heaven cannot empirically demonstrate heaven, as they can't empirically demonstrate God. They can give you tremendous, convincing, and genuine reasons for why God exists, or belief that heaven does exist, but they don't know. at the point of death, I have seen so many people as I practiced with them at the point of death during hospice, that they were actually afraid. I don't want to die because I don't know what's out there. While I believe in God, while I believe that there's a heaven, while I think I'm going to go see my loved ones, I don't know. And that's really the truth. So in this life, so much of what we want to try to do as in the process of changing ourselves and adapting to the ability of using both of our natures like this, and to where you can't tell one from the other, that's what our real goal is. And in that process, we start to change. Fear drops away, insecurity drops away, lack of confidence drops away. So many things just that we create in our minds just simply have no place there anymore, because we can see that they are self-perpetuated frauds. And I'm not saying frauds in a negative sense, but frauds in the ignorant sense. Ignorance means lack of knowledge. And if we knew that we were creating fear for ourselves out of nothing, or maybe with some kind of a representational object like a rattlesnake, for instance, then maybe we wouldn't do it, because a rattlesnake is one of the least likely to bite you, and it has no intentions to bite you. But we have this fear of rattlesnakes created with some justification, but very, very little. We extend these fears all the way through our lives. And if we can find a way to have fear not be a part of our lives, think of the space that it opens up for other types of activity, and think of the freedom that it gives us. So in the next coming teachings, I'm going to focus on how we can get through our lives and awaken ourselves. I will cover things like our ordinary existence of getting up and setting up ourselves with a right daily motivation. I will look at our jobs, our home, our families, our all of our activities and so on. And we will talk about this because that's what's relevant here in life. Again, I am a Buddhist and I do practice Buddhism every day, but not, this is devoted to taking something that is both practical and esoteric and focusing on the practical. Because why, in many Western or Eastern religions, to be very devout and to really practice it, you have to deny some aspect of yourself. And I think that is not a wise thing to do. Instead of denial, what you want is understanding. What you want is a type of wisdom that you can see what your activities are, how they affect others, how they affect yourself, and if they have benefits. And if you can check the boxes of affects me in a good way, affects others in a good way, doesn't cause harm, and is beneficial, then maybe that's something you might want to adapt and adopt into your life as a practice. And that's where change begins. All of this journey, just like the journey that you have had up to this point in your life, has been learning. You know, you learned from school, from an alphabet to simple addition, and now some of you are nuclear physicists, but it started out with 1 and 1 is 2. And that's where we're going to start. So please keep tuning in, and I think that you will be very, very pleased to see that pretty much everything that I offer you is simple, it's practical, and I'm sorry, but concise is not a word in the English language that I recognize. Thank you for watching. you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want to find out what's coming, hit the subscribe button. We want this to be an open forum, so we welcome your comments and questions, and we'll endeavor to answer them as quickly as we can. Again, thank you very much.